So dear participants, good morning to all. I welcome you all to this webinar on this topic, learn how the innovation and entrepreneurship process made easy with CMC Ventures. Okay, just to introduce myself, I am Ashwik. I'm the incubation manager at Atal Incubation Center Coffee Board. And to brief about our Atal Incubation Center Coffee Board, AIC, it was established in the year 2020 at the Coffee Board in collaboration with the CCRI. I mean to say the Central Coffee Research Institute and Atal Innovation Mission. The primary objective of this incubation center is to support and nurture startups in the coffee sectors, focusing on addressing critical challenges. We as an incubator center provide mentoring, funding assistance, marketing support, and conduct capacity building activities to help startups scale up their businesses. As a part of these activities, we organize various webinar series, and as a part of this webinar series, we have today the Market Access webinar series that has been hosted by AIC CCRI CED. And the main aim is to equip startups with insights, strategies, and connections to effectively penetrate and navigate target markets. So I welcome you all on behalf of Atal Incubation Center Coffee Board. And I welcome today's speaker, Dr. Arthur Selvan Mark. He is the head sustainable practices and partnership CMC Ventures. I would now request my team member Jaya to give introduction about our today's resource person. Thank you. Over to you, Jaya.
Good morning, everyone. This is Jaya. I'm intern at Atal Incubation Center. I would like to introduce the today's session resource person, Dr. Atul Selvin Mark, Head Sustainability Practices and Partnership CMC Ventures, and holds a Doctor of Philosophy in Biological Sciences from the University of Adelaide, Australia, and experienced research consultant with a demonstrated history of working in the higher education industry and non-governmental organizations, and expertise in diverse sustainability frameworks and the ability to develop impactful key performance incubators, and also vision to digitize the learning of entrepreneurship skills, especially for aspiring entrepreneurs and early stage entrepreneurs. I would like to welcome you, sir, on behalf of the AIC CCRI Coffee Board. Thank you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Jaya. Thank you, Ashwik, for this opportunity. Am I audible to you? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me share the screen. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Am I right? Perfect, right? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are able to see.
Okay, fine. Yeah,
please.
Once again, thanks Ashwik, thanks Praveen for this opportunity that I could present what we have for the entrepreneurs in terms of promoting innovation, innovative spirit, the drive, and then the skills in the entrepreneurship. So how that can be done, developing the innovation spirit and then the entrepreneurship skills, how that can be done through the platform. Are there any platforms to do that? Yes, I'm going to talk about that. It's about CMC.io. And before that, I'll explain who we are first. We are basically a venture studio, CMC Ventures. Venture studios are a little bit different from incubators and accelerators. Accelerators, incubators start with the entrepreneurs, registered entrepreneurs having idea, having a kind of prototype or proof of concepts. So they start with those entrepreneurs, people in that stage. And so then they help startups to incubate. By incubating them, they help them nurture, grow, and scale. So that's how they work. And accelerators, you know that. So they work, they help startups to scale up their operations within domestically and internationally. See, that's how they work. But when it comes to venture studios, we start with a people having people means innovators having ideas. So we start with them and then help them nurture the ideas and convert those ideas into business plan and business canvas, and then help them launch the set up the business and launch the product or services, and then scale them. So we'll be with them throughout, from the ideation stage till they reach the Series A stage. So that's how our journey starts and ends when it comes to entrepreneurship and startups. So that's how we work. When it comes to venture studios, they go by the playbook, because we take not the registered startups, we take the people innovators. So when they come with the knowledge. So we need to build their entrepreneurship skills, and in that case we need a playbook. So any venture studios in the world, they'll go by the playbook. Either they will have their own playbook, or they will get outsource the playbook from other venture studios. So that's how we work. That's how the venture studios are working in the world. And when it comes to us, we have our own playbook, which has 110 steps that covers A to Z of entrepreneurship life cycle. So that's how we are. And what we have done is we have put all the 110 steps of our playbook on the platform as a SimCI.io AI driven platform, which I'm going to talk about. And the idea is, the intention is to democratize the entrepreneurship skills, education to everyone, anywhere in the world, having access to those resources. That is the intention, the mission of SimCI.io, launching the SimCI.io platform, and just to help startups reach the success rate, the growth, and the scale which they're supposed to do, reach. So that is the idea of SimCI.io. And whom we work with, ecosystem partners like incubators, accelerators like AICs, and we have partnered with a number of AICs in India, and we are doing that right now. Apart from that, we partner with education institutions, universities, and colleges, and we have partnered with a number of colleges in Bangalore, across India. And we work with corporates as well. When it comes to corporates, we bring the white spaces to the startups, so that the startups can work on the white spaces of the corporates, and we help corporates in the innovation part. Apart from that, we work with government and NGOs and civil body organizations. When it comes to government, we work with government agencies. Like in Karnataka, we are working with KDM. And when it comes to civil body or the NGOs, we work with Thai Bangalore chapter. See, across landscapes, we work with different kinds of people. We started working with Gujarat, the district administration. They have their own startup ecosystem in the administration. Startup Amrit Mesana. Mesana is one of the districts in Gujarat. So we are starting to work with them to build, to nurture innovation and build startup ecosystem in the district. So with the help of academic institutions and the corporate partners, everyone. So that's how we work. We work with a number of partners in the ecosystem. And before I start, let me give you some the background of the startup ecosystem. And everybody, what I heard from, I've been talking to people, I've been giving talks and mentoring and doing stuff in the startup ecosystem for the last 1.5 years. And the thing is, like, they don't make the difference of what is startup business and not startup business. Okay, so I thought I'll address this first and then quickly then move on to the other things. The non-startup business, ideally, like, splitting one company into two companies for a number of reasons. For example, I'm working for a company and I'm a sales and the marketing side, and I know how to do things in the product side as well. So I got a lot of clients. I'm bringing a lot of clients to my company. Then I ask for the promotion or the hike or incentive from the company. The company doesn't do that. Then what I do, I just split and I take some of the clients, the present company, and start my own company. So in that case, is splitting the existing company and starting a new company. In that case, it is not a startup. Okay. Otherwise, the reconstruction of a business, like, I'm adding different things like, I'm running a business and adding a little bit of other allied part of the business as well. So in that case, a reconstruction happening again, it is not a startup business. Why? Because it cannot be scaled. Okay, so you are splitting the customer clients of your existing company. In that case, you can't scale. There's no growth in that. You can't create any impact when it comes to the actual impact the startup supposed to make. That's how it is. And when it comes to startup business means there is an involvement of innovation and improvement in the existing part. Okay, for example, I'll take the same example. Like, I'm working for a company and everything is done manually. Okay, so I thought, why should I do it manually when I could have some software or some platform or anything that if I could create, then the entire operations can be efficiently managed without manpower involved. In that case, if I could come out with some kind of solution or some kind of innovation, in that case, I just go and tell my employer that, okay, I got this innovative idea that we could work, or you could ask somebody to work so that our operations can be efficiently managed. If I say that, the company should accept that. We call it entrepreneurship. If they don't accept, then you go out and start your new company. That's how it's been happening, because you are thinking out of the box, you're going out of the normal, and then you can start your own business. So you are bringing innovation to your own business and starting a new business. In that case, it's called startup business. Okay, in that case, okay, it can be scalable in terms of revenue, because you are not splitting your existing customers of a previous company. You are looking for new customers. In that case, your business will grow in terms of revenue, in terms of impact. Okay, because you're bringing new things into the business. So in that case, you'll have more impact, you will have more revenue, scale in terms of the landscape, the number of branches, number of employees that you could employ, at many levels you could scale. So this is called startup. Okay, I hope you will have the understanding of what is startup and what is non-startup. And what is critical when it comes to startup? Okay, the thing is, either you build your own or you work for somebody, you build somebody's business. Either way, you take anyone for that matter, either they have their own business or they'll work for somebody's business. So if you're having your own business, then you are an entrepreneur. If you are working for somebody in somebody's business, you could be an entrepreneur as well. In that case, either you are an entrepreneur or intrapreneur. You need two things. Critical is innovation and entrepreneurship skills. Doesn't matter whether you are an entrepreneur or entrepreneur, you need these two skills. Let me explain why it is very critical. Because I said startups. Why startups? Because everybody in Bangalore, if you go and ask the colleges I go to colleges and universities and address the students, they ask, what do you want to be? They say startup founders, because of Bangalore. Everybody talks about startups and the business and the IT, all sort of things. Now, one data is startups are failing. You believe it or not, it's not Arthur saying, it's not somebody else saying, it is data saying. The data says that startups are failing. 90% startups, or 9 out of 10 startups fail in 5 years time. That's a data. You can check in the government website. It shows the same, but it reduces the failing percentage. Like it says 50%. But when you go at international level, it's not in India. It's the case across all countries. Like, around the globe, it is the case. Anywhere you take, even Silent Valley you take, even Israel you take, Canada, any countries you take, this is the case. 9 out of 10 startups will fail in 5 years time. Okay, so what is the issue here? Why startups are failing? So the people have looked at, there are people who do research on this. So they have done the research and then came out with number of reasons why the startups are failing. Okay, so in that case, the larger could be 34%, could be like, the the product that startups are making are not market fit. Okay, and everybody says, when why startups fail? Because they don't get investors, they don't get the money that they need. But that is not the reason. That could be one reason, but that is not the no main reason for startups failing. No, the first thing is the products are not market fit. Second is there is the issue in the marketing, sales and marketing. Okay, and third could be the team. Okay, the team is very important, and when it comes to startups, building of startup, and same, like, if the startups fail, it could be one of the reasons you have a wrong team member in the startup. So these are things. Only 16% of the startup founders have said that, okay, because of financial issues. All otherwise remaining, imagine 84 percentage of uh, founders have said that varieties of reasons, not the finance. Okay. Okay, so how it can be solved? We know that startups are failing, and we know the reasons also why they are failing. How it can be solved? Let's go. Let's do the small deep dive. Okay, let us look at who are the stakeholders in the startup ecosystem. Okay, I've listed them. Okay, students, entrepreneurs, professionals, mentors, consultants, and investors who are involved in the startup ecosystem. Okay, when it comes to institutions, government, departments, okay, agencies, and then incubators or accelerators, and then venture capitalist firms. These are the institutions, and service providers like companies, okay, and then higher education institutions, colleges, universities, and the lastly the corporates. Okay, now we saw the the stakeholders in the startup ecosystem. Okay, so now let's look at their pain points. Each stakeholder will have their own pain points when it comes to the startups, or when it comes to the promotion of startups or innovation within their ecosystem. Okay, when it comes to the first line, no, the individuals. Okay, so how do I innovate? When it comes to students, you'll ask, how do I innovate? What is innovation? How do I innovate? Where do I start? Okay, then you'll ask, what is entrepreneurship skill? These are the pain points. Okay, how do I convert my ideas into businesses? And when it comes to professional, I'm a professional, I am working, and I'm a working professional, so I have a business plan. Okay, I have an innovation in me, and I have converted that into a business plan. Will anyone work for me? Will anyone work for the idea that I have? Because I can't do, because I'm having full-time job. So these are the things, like, somebody say, I have years of experience. How do I transfer my expertise, the mentorship? Okay, so what are the steps in the entrepreneurship? See, I've started my business. I'm an entrepreneur. I've started my business. I have set up a business. I'm launching the product. What is next? How do I scale up? To scale up my business, what do I do? So these are the things, the pain points that, okay, when it comes to angel investors, see, angel investors could be like, investing 1 lakh, 10 lakh to 1 crore. It could be any amount that they could invest. For in that case, they need to know, they need to find the right startup. Okay, where do I find? How do I find? See, these are the pain points when it comes to the individuals involved in the individual stakeholders involved in the startup ecosystem. When it comes to the institutions, okay, higher education institutions like colleges and universities, the obvious question is, like, how do I promote innovation at campus? How do I see? I'm making students qualified for the jobs. How do I make students as job creators? These are the questions that they have, the pain points. And how do I improve startups entrepreneurship skills? When it comes to incubator and accelerator, they have the startup portfolios, and they have what they could, like, for example, the AIC CCRI, they could do whatever they could do. They could do whatever they want. The startups want in terms of the technology. But when it comes to the entrepreneurship, okay, so what is the next step? So they need an external support. Where do I do? How do I improve? How do I do that? Okay, so in that case, these are the pain points. And when it comes to investment for the venture capitalist firm, where do I find the quality startups for investments? And what is the due diligence process? Who would do that process for me? And when it comes to the government or department, how to increase the jobs? And and then again, whom shall I support? Which startup shall I support and fund? And then when it comes to the service providers, for example, in this case, how do I offer my services to startups? Whom shall I contact? What is a contact person? Who is the contact person for startups? And I have the services. I'm interested, for example, patent filing and copyright and design registrations, all those things. I'm an attorney, but I'm happy to support the startups. But how do I do? So these are the pain points. And when it comes to the corporates have so many white spaces for innovation. Okay, there are so many white spaces and use cases from the corporates. Who shall work for them? Which startup can innovate on the white spaces the corporates have? See, these are the pain points that no like individuals and the institutionals in the startup ecosystem have. Okay, how it can be solved? There could be many ways. What we had seen in our this thing is the structured approach. Okay, it has to be structured. Otherwise, no. I just think I want to start. I have money, then I bootstrap some money, and then I start a business. And then what? Unless there is a structured approach, these things will not happen. Okay, so we found that the structured approach is the way forward to solve the startup failures. Okay, to make sure that we have this platform. This is the web page. Okay, it looks like that. And then what we have on the platform, how are we doing that? How are we solving the startup failure problem? How are we addressing the pain points that each corporates and each individual stakeholders and institutional stakeholders have? Okay, so how are we addressing those issues? Through the platform. The platform, we have two sets of people. On the left side, you see the builders. On the right side, you have enablers. The builder side, you have entrepreneurs, working professionals, and students. Okay. On the right side, on the enabler side, you have mentors, consultants, service providers, and investors. Imagine you have all these 7 personas in 2 categories, builders and enablers, on one platform. Okay, they can interact, they can do things, and they can learn everything. That's how the platform it is for. Okay, so the builders can come to the platform and do the assessment of their entrepreneurial traits, and they can learn, and they can ideate, and they can set up their business, launch, and scale through the playbook. Now I talked about 110 steps that can happen here. The investors, same, they can easily get connected to the uh, uh, the startups, the builders. Those are registered on the platform. And as I said, it's AI driven platform, which I'll explain how the platform functions and everything, how the platform they enable startups to build their business. So I'll explain a little later, but this is AI driven platform. The connection and the everything will be done on the platform, the through AI driven AI technology. Okay, and the platform is available in 35 languages. In India, we have when it comes to Indian languages, we have 10 languages. And how do we do that? There are a number of modules on the platform. We start with once you register on the platform, once the profile is registered, then you will start with assessing their entrepreneurial traits. The one thing people ask, shall I start a business? Can I start a business? Okay, they think that, okay, do you have a skill to start the business? And do I have to be born in some community or the caste to start a business? To be successful in the entrepreneurship, do I have to be born in some caste or community? These are the questions I have to face when it comes to the when I in the audience, in the schools and the college, not the schools, colleges and universities. So in this case, anybody can become the entrepreneurs are not born, they are made actually. So in that case, let us do the assessment of the entrepreneurship traits each one has. Okay, so in this case, we have the module which has 60 questions, and 32 traits are measured, and then you'll get the report. Okay, and then you have the ideation stage, where you convert your ideas into business plan. And then once you have the business plan, then okay, there's one thing like everybody is missing out is the sustainability part. Sustainability, when I say sustainability, I mean not just the profit but the people and the nature. So how I take care of my employees, how I take care of the customers, and how I take care of the nature, the environment that I depend on, by converting my operations into eco-friendly or nature-friendly things like that. So all those things can be worked on the platform, and then you have the playbook. So you start with so I'm a student, I'm an early stage entrepreneur, and I thought I have idea, I have money, I thought I can start a business. Fine, but uh, to have a defined structured approach, you have to start with the problem, what problem your idea is solving. So these things like the 100 steps will address. Okay, and then there are 8 functional areas like the product and tech, operations, sales and marketing, and these all the functional areas are covered on the platform. And you will have life cycle, like entrepreneurship life cycle, all those things are also covered on the platform. And these are the modules that are available on the platform. Okay, when it comes to the 110 steps, these are number of steps. Okay, and categorized in setup, launch, and scale, so people can learn and then practice it. Okay, if you ask me what is simsi.io in a nutshell, okay, if you ask me what is simsi.io, I would say it is Coursera, LinkedIn, and Quora for entrepreneurship. Okay, in Coursera, what do? You learn. Okay, and the LinkedIn, you connect with the professionals. In the Quora, you interact. Okay, when it see for all this for the entrepreneurship alone, it is simsi.io. If you want to, if you ask me to summarize what is simsi.io, this is what. Okay, simsi.io is Coursera, LinkedIn, Quora for entrepreneurship. Okay, so we are partnered with number of people, like number of ecosystem partners across the world. And then I'll move on to the platform and how it will function. I'll show you. You guys still my slide, I mean my page, I mean, right? Can somebody confirm that you guys see my page, the web page?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you. So this is a website that we have, and yeah, it tells about who we are, what we are, and how we are doing it. And for example, I would suggest, we already partnered with AIC CCRI CED. And so how do we operate when we partner with incubator or accelerators or education institutions or even corporates? What do? We give them one partner code. So the people within the ecosystem, within their ecosystem, will register on the platform using the partner code. Okay, that's how it works. So that the incubator or the college or university will have the access to their progress of the users within their ecosystem. That's the idea. And app.simsi.io is the web page. You can try it out after the webinar or while listening to me. You can just try that and use your email ID and password. And sometimes you can I mean, if you want to use AIC CCRI CED partner code, you can ask the Ashwik or somebody in the incubation center. Otherwise, you can just leave it. You can just go on and you can just sign up. It's simple, like how you sign up in the LinkedIn page, like you get the email verification, and then once you accept that, then you'll keep going. So once you sign up, okay, you'll be asked to register your profile. Okay, all basic things. Okay, so first thing is it'll ask you how you, I mean, describe yourself in one line, these things, and brief bio, and that the interest you have on different topics. The good thing about this platform is, like you don't need to do many, I mean, you don't have to type things like that. It's all there. You just click, it'll come, either it'll be drop down or otherwise it will come automatically. That's how the platform is structured. And if you have those information, you can just fill in, update. If you don't have information, for example, we closely work with students, the final year students who are about to start the entrepreneurship journey. So in that case, they will not have any idea of many things asked in the platform. So what do they do? What do we suggest? You just don't have to type everything, and if you have information, you just type. Otherwise, leave it. Okay. So in that's how these are not mandatory, and but the one thing is, as much as information that you provide, the platform will do the profile. I'll do that. And, so okay, yeah, you can provide the information. Otherwise, leave it. All drop having down options. So you have to type anything. The registration in less than 5 minutes time, and based on, and the important thing is, like, the platforms, the I told you about this platform is AI driven platform. Okay. For the platform to connect, to work, to help and support you, it needs information. As much as information that you provide, the platform will enable you to connect and interact with people, help you interact with people. Okay. So in this case, the preference, these are the important points. Preference, whom do you want to network with? Okay. Again, all drop down, you'll just get it there. And for example, co-founder, for example, I'm just having an idea, just an idea. I don't know how do I take this forward. And because I need, my idea needs some software co-founder. So all those things can be captured. For example, I have skills, but I don't think I can start a business. But if somebody wants to take leverage my skills, we have to be a co-founder. In the case, that is can be shared on the platform. All those the cross-functional roles, and if I want to be a mentor to somebody, and how much time I can spend, and what is my entrepreneur goal, being an entrepreneur, what is my goal, what do I want to achieve in the end. All those things are captured, because these are some of the things are mandatory, because that needs that those informations, the information is needed to connect with the right people. Okay. The profile, now profile has been set as I speak. No, you can just do it. It's easy as anything, like, once you do the uh, now you see the profile rating. Okay. So out of 5, the profile has been rated 3.8. Okay. This is based on the information that you provide on the platform. Okay. The platform will do the calculation. Once you do the profile registration, we'll start with assessing your entrepreneurship traits. I talked about that earlier, but I can't show you how it can be done. Yeah, you just instead of view detail report, take assessment. Okay. The icon will be there. You just click it. Okay. You will have time bound questions, 60 questions. Each question will have a certain time, and what you have to do, the responses would be like agree, disagree. Sorry. For each question, the responses would be agree or disagree. It's a kind of psychometric analysis, and as you answer, and what is expected during the exercise is, you should not be thinking anything. What comes to your mind, you have to uh, uh, respond. Okay. So you should not be thinking. Now, I heard from people that, okay, from the students especially, they miss out the timing. Okay. So, sir, I missed the timing. I missed 2-3 questions. In that case, you wouldn't get the report. So I asked them, why did you miss the questions? Because, see, I was thinking, why this question is asked? What these guys are measuring me, in me. So what entrepreneurship trait these guys are measuring me by asking this question? So these are the questions, are the things you should not be thought, should not happen on your mind when you answer the questions. You just sit. You can finish the questions in minimum 10 minutes, max 15 minutes. You can just finish it off, and then once you finish the questions, you will get the report. Okay, so I'll show the report. And again, it can be done only once, not multiple times. And otherwise, you will start manipulating the questions. And so in that case, once you've done the exercise, you'll get a card like this for every time. For the after you complete the profile, also you'll get a card. The card is meant to be socially shared, okay, with the on the platform like Facebook or LinkedIn. Yeah, so it is meant for that. And for example, just to kind of make yourself feel proud about the entrepreneurship qualities that you have. Okay, and for in this case, this entrepreneur 5 is rating is 2.75. Okay, and he consider his rating is high. Okay, and he accepts, completely agree with the report that has been developed, by the platform. So that's how it works. And let me explain. I told you about the 60 questions, and how many traits are measured. 32 traits, which are considered to be very critical for any entrepreneur doing a successful business entrepreneurship, successful enterprise. Okay, so we have taken those 32 traits, and we kind of worked on the questions, and we came out with 60 questions. And I'll explain. The platform will as a report, the platform will provide you what is the rating, what is the score, and then the areas where you have a strength and the weakness. The idea of having this entrepreneurship assessment, entrepreneurial trait assessment, is to measure your strength and the weakness. When it comes, when you feel good about your entrepreneurship traits, yeah, good. But there are weakness. There are areas where you have some weak points. In that case, there's a place for you to learn and equip yourself. Okay, there's a opportunity. So that is the idea of having this entrepreneurship trait assessment. And for example, in this case, there are 5 areas: passion for success, independent drive, innovation spirit, and strategic risk management, and resilient motivation. 5 sections. Okay, in each section there'll be 6-7 traits. These are the traits. Visionary, for example, when it comes to the passion for success, that the following 7 traits are very important. Visionary, being independent, being optimistic, and being goal driven, and being dynamic, being self assured, being committed. So these are the traits which are very important for an entrepreneur to have. So in this case, people ask, what is committed, what is dynamic, what is the difference between these two? So what we did on the platform, we gave the description of the each trait, and then we provided why it matters when it comes to the entrepreneurship, and then any examples of that. Okay, for example, in this case, dynamic. Okay, what is dynamic and why it matters for the entrepreneurship? An example is Richard Bronson. Richard Bronson, who is, Virgin Group, and is into many other. Is so dynamic that he could diversify his business, and he is into many sectors and industries. So, see, these are the traits which are important, critical for any entrepreneur. If you're weak, you can strengthen. If you are already having strong, if you're already strong, then feel happy about that, and start sharing your sharing with others. So like that, for all the traits, descriptions are given, why it is important given, and then examples also given. Okay, and this is for entrepreneurs who are comes on the platform, for them to learn and understand where they have problem, where they have strength, and then if they find the problem, then they can improve themselves. Once the entrepreneurship assessment is done, then you move on to the projects. Okay, so now that you registered yourself, your profile, and you've done your entrepreneurial trait assessment, now you know the strength and the weakness. Now you start innovating. Okay, start innovating means you start with the problem that you want to solve. And in this case, on the platform, you can have a number of ideas. I would say in the schools and the colleges, when I go, see, I would ask them to start with 100 problems and find solutions for those problems, and then end up with 10 problems which are very critical, which are very imminent, and can be converted into business. Only 10 out of 100, only 10. This is a funnel. And then out of 10, I would suggest ask them to work on two ideas and the solutions that are very, very important, and there is a market for the solutions. So that's how we do that. So that's why we didn't restrict on the number of projects any user could have. You can have as many projects as possible on the platform, any user for that matter. In this case, this profile has only two projects, and let me explain how you can fill in the information when it comes to the project. So it could be anything, like if you have a name, for example, mobility or mobility platform, that could be your project name, or EV vehicle, something like that, or coffee rendering machine, or coffee shop, or anything like that. So, and then what stage you are in. I'm just learning about how to set up a coffee shop, or how to set up a grinding business or value addition in the coffee, or even the chocolate making, or anything like that. So you can just, whenever you finish your work, and then start updating here. Okay, and then where you are, and if you have description you can provide. If you don't have right now, you can just leave on, and then whenever you could provide, you can just add in, or you can just keep updating it. And once in a week you come in, and then whatever information you have missed out, or you have some information to update, you can update. So that's how it works. And again, core values and mission vision. I'm sure many of the early stage entrepreneurs, or the students, or working professionals will not have those information. The idea is to make them think about these things. Like, when somebody asks, investors come and ask about their ideas, and they should be able to tell their mission and the vision, the core values that they want to develop. So these are the things, like, the platform will help them to think while they start the project. Okay, so, and then these are the critical point when it comes to any project or any startup idea. What is the business plan? See, the edit project, that the project status, the page will cover the 360 view of the project or the startup idea. Okay, so what is the business plan that you have? Do you have the business plan? He said no, not started, or otherwise I'm planning about that, or just halfway done, or 60% done, things like that. So, and what is the market research? Have you done any market? What is Sam for your product, or what's the solution? No, I'm not thought about that. Okay, fine. Okay, not started. I'm started thinking about, probably the entire world is my TAM. Okay, fine. Then I'm planning. Okay, so things like that. So all drop down menus, and you don't worry about what information. If I don't have any idea about sales and marketing, you just say not started. But when you start working on the sales and marketing, okay, then you can just come and update how much you've done. Or I just started planning. Okay, started planning means I started seeking advice from the consultants and the mentors. So that's how, no, you can just keep on updating. Every week you come to the platform and keep updating the information that you have. And again, core team. If we have, for example, I have only one person who could be my co-founder. Okay, that then it's in progress. So things like that. So all those, when it comes to any project or any startup, okay, these boxes are very important. Boxes means the items asked, like financial management, the legal compliance. For example, if I'm going for some product, then consumable product, that case, what kind of license should I take? Then the platform will not ask what kind of regulations will has to be done, but platform will remind you that, is there any legal complaints? Have you done that? Okay, completed means 100%. So I'm just planning, I'm just thinking, but I don't know, I have not started yet, I have not started thinking about that. So these things can be updated on the platform. This is about the startup idea. And again, see, you are thinking about the idea, and the platform will ask about what is the exit strategy as you're thinking, so this will give the 360 view of the startup idea that you have. And obviously you will not have any idea, because you're just thinking about the project. So it can say not started. Okay, and then like that, remaining information will be like, more of optionals. Okay, and it's about the startup entrepreneurs, asking details about the entrepreneurs, whether they have the experience, whether they have the relevant skills to run the business, all those things. And if they have registered company, they can provide those information, otherwise they can leave it. And this is important part, access to network. Okay, whom do you want to network with? Earlier we saw the profile connection, okay, and the preferences for the profile, and here for the project. Okay, for each project you can have different kinds of network preferences, and in this case I would like to connect with the mentor, because I'm starting a project. I need to connect with the investors, angel investors as well, like this. And when it comes to internship, okay, whom do I want to have, which skill do I look for from as an intern? In that case, that also can be captured here. And all those are drop down menus. You can just click the appropriate ones and have them. And mentors, all those things, consultants, what kind of experience consultants you are looking for. Hmm? So all those things, what startup services that you're looking for. For example, I'm a starting business. The first thing, like, no, I want to do the logo or develop the website. So whom do I look for? So I need a service provider who do that for me. So all those things can be captured, can be updated on the platform. So like that, you have everything about the project and the startup idea, and access to capital also. And you can just do that. And once you submit, you have the project registrations. Once it is done, you can start converting that into a business plan. Okay, I'll be quick now. So you have the profile registration, entrepreneurial assessment done, and then you have registered your projects. Okay, and not all projects can be converted into business. You just choose the one which are market driven, which are good enough to become a business. You choose that and then start working on developing the business plan for that project, for that project startup idea. So we have used lean business model canvas, BMC, and we start with the examples. Like, if you ask me, what is the business model canvas for Amazon when they started years back in 1984? So these are the examples that you could have a look and see how my business plan should look like. Okay, so that's how it works, and we have given 9 examples across sectors. Okay, and you don't have to worry about my sector is not covered in this case. Almost all sectors are covered here, and you start first learning the examples and then move on with there are 10 boxes to be 12 boxes to be filled in when it comes to business model canvas, and explanation for each box is given. Okay, so you saw the exam 12 boxes now here. So for 12 boxes, what is problem, what is solution, all the details, descriptions are given. And when it comes to your project, okay, how do I write? Okay, you have to provide, no, to develop a business model canvas, you have to provide the information about your project. In that case, how do I do that? Again, there are examples given. Okay, for examples, in this case, the problem could be like, this is a problem. The first thing is problem, like people with busy schedules struggle to find time to prepare healthy meals. Okay, so this is a problem that a startup could address. So like that, you can just the platform will provide number of examples across sectors, so that you can just fill in the information. And apart from that, the platform will ask 4 questions or 3 questions mainly. And what do you think about this section, and do you feel confident about this section? And then so what is the current progress status when it comes to clarity? I mean, when it comes to the understanding of this section. And again, do you need any support? Okay, so these things will be asked, and then like that, 12 boxes you have to fill in. Once you've done, okay, and you'll get a business plan. This is for your project. Okay, I'll just show you in a minute. This is a report. As I said, and whenever, I mean, for each module, after you complete, you'll get a card, social share card. You can share it with people. Okay, and then this is your report. Okay, and this is a profile rating first, and then this is your project rating. The project, your project will be rate by the platform. For the gram is not for you, but the educator with whom you are. This is for you. This is your business plan. This is your BMC. Okay, so this is how it look like, and this is for you, and when for others, like it will be encrypted. Okay, it is with you only. Nobody will have access to the ideas that you or the business plan that you develop on the platform. No one will have, when we will not have any access to those. And for us, it will look like that only, because we encrypt, and at your side, client side, and we will not have any information, we will not have any access. Even your, for example, if you are incubated with any incubators, and to have access to your BMC, you have to share it with the incubator or incubation manager, whoever it is. So that can be done. There's an option here. You can download the PDF copy of it, and then you can share it with people out of the platform. And again, and you can just give access to the network also. For example, if somebody wants to connect me, then can they see my BMC or not? That is also there. Okay, now similarly, now we're done with the business plan, BMC. And then I told you about the sustainability mapping. Same exercise can happen on the platform. Okay, I will skip that because same exercise, and I'll go to the 110 steps. Okay, and same thing. Okay, like how we have done the exercise now, converting your ideas into business plan. Same exercise, but here you will cover 110 steps. 110 steps, identifying problems and trends, and then you evaluate the problems, and then which problem you're going to focus on. So these things are there, and the descriptions are there. If you can't read, you can listen to that also. Option is available, and you have to key in your details, and it is called the structured approach. Okay, you can't just I want to start a business. Okay, I'll start first developing the logo and the website. No, that is a 25th step. Before you go to that step, you need to do 24 steps before. Okay, so that's that we call structured approach. Okay, so like that, we have categorized those steps into 3 categories: setup, launch, and scale. And there are sub stages as well, and function wise also it has been categorized. So like that, any user or any entrepreneur or student will have A to Z of entrepreneurship knowledge. Either they are doing it by themselves, or either they can become an entrepreneur also. For that, they need those resources. They need those 110 steps. That is why it is there actually. So all 110 steps are there. People will have access to that, and everything there, and they can make use of it. And then we have the network. I talked about LinkedIn, no? Our platform is LinkedIn. So far, I handled a Coursera part, the resources. Now I do the LinkedIn part, networking. See, the profile is connected with, based on the preferences that are provided, connected with 1,222 profiles on the platform. And again, based on the preferences, they can see how much I'm connected, how much, what percentage we have similarities. All things are there, and if they want to connect with people, they can just click connect, and then start working with people. Okay, and interacting with the people. So all these things can happen on the platform. And this, since it's a demo profile, we have not made any connection. And if you get any reference request from mentors or consultants, it is there. You'll get the information here. You'll get the email notification also. And once you're connected, these details will be there in this page. So like that, it is there. And this is a dashboard only for the admin. I will just quickly show how it look like for AIC CCRI. They will have this kind of information, all this information about their cohorts and everything. That's how it works. And they'll get the overview of everything, what is happening. And for example, let me show you the projects area. And for example, how many of them are doing, when it comes to the business model canvas, profile, what they are doing, and which sector they belong to, which industry they belong to. All sort of things can be captured on the platform, and that can be presented to any funding bodies or anyone like that. So that is how the platform works. And yeah, so this is about the platform. And there's one more feature which is called SimC AI. Like we all heard about ChatGPT and OpenAI thing. So this is a similar sort, but it is made of, apart from the OpenAI database, we have put our playbook also on top of it. So whenever there's a prompt, okay, first we'll go and search our playbook, and then it'll go to the OpenAI database. That's how it works. It'll be more efficient than ChatGPT. That's why no relevant phase, relevant function you can search. That's how it happens on the platform. And yeah, so this is about the platform. And I hope I explained about I created a build up now. Why startups fail? Because they don't have the structured approach. Okay, not because they don't have money, and not because they don't have the skills. No, the problem is they have problem in doing things in a structured manner. So if they do it, okay, then the product could be market fit, and then they will not have any problem with the team members, because there is a step which assess the team members also, whether they can be part of the team. So these things are there on the playbook, on the 100 steps. So all those resources are given to the users who registered themselves on the platform, and it is available for free right now. And you can make use of the platform and build your entrepreneurship skills, and to make your, if you are a startup, and you can become successful. And if you are wanting to be a entrepreneur, it's the best to start, best tool to start with. And you will know everything about ideation, and how you can convert those ideas into businesses, and everything you can learn on the platform. And I hope our idea is to reduce the startup failures. I hope we believe that we can do it through the platform. And as people join, they will have the skills, they will have the innovation drive, and then they'll have knowledge to make it successful also. So that is the idea, and we are doing it successfully so far, and hoping to continue to do that. Continue to do that also. Yeah, that's it, Ashvik. Hope you guys learned something new, and yeah, added value to your time now.
Thank you, sir. Now the forum is open for questions. Alternatively, you can type the questions in the chat box.
Okay, there's one question from Ashwin. How my information is kept safe and secure? Okay, and your information is secured, and no one will have access to the information that you provide on the platform. First of all, the platform will not ask what you're doing, and platform will not go deep dive into the problem that you're solving, or all those things. The platform will capture only the pillar information, superficial information about the project or the startup idea that you're working on. And whatever the information that you provide to develop the business model canvas will be kept safe, will be kept safe and secured. No one will have access to that. Only you, the guys who having your credentials, will have access to that. Yeah, so just like how you are giving your information to the bank to process the operations there, that's how it is.
Hi, sir. This is Vaishnavi again.
Yes, madam.
Sir, I have a question, sir. Can you share any success stories of startups or innovators who have used this simc.io to launch or grow their ventures, sir?
Yeah, so our success story is how you measure your success story. That is the thing. Okay, so here you can look at a number of the users on the platform. Okay, so like we have around 2000 users actively working on the platform. Like they come every week and start updating their information. Okay, and this 2000 users across 7 personas, mostly students, because we work closely with the students from the colleges and universities. So mostly with the students, and then entrepreneurs, and then when it comes to students, um, what we do, while they register, if you ask them to register, they don't register. So what we do, we combine this with some programs like hackathon or startup challenge within their college. So the college will use the the business model plan, the business plan that is developed by the student as an evaluation criteria. Okay, in that way the students will register their ideas and then convert that idea into business plan. So then they share the business plan with the faculty. So and those business plans will be considered as will become the criteria for selection, either for the incubation or for the winner of this startup challenge. So that's how we operate. And then once they do that, once they have the business plan, and then we'll handle them. In terms of not manually, but the platform will handle them by sending them reminders to to come on the platform and update the information. So that's how it works. And again, the the process, it takes years. Once I would say minimum 1 year, maximum 3 years. So the startup, starting from ideation till they reach the scale up stage, the platform will work with them. So that's how it works. And yeah, and that success story means, this is how I would define my success. Like number of students registered, number of colleges registered, and they're using this platform for their innovation promotion operations activities, like startup challenge, and then yeah, things like that.
Understood, sir. Thank you so much.
And the problem is, I wouldn't have any information about, as a platform owner, we wouldn't have any information about the progress. We would have the information, but we wouldn't be communicating with the customers directly on their progress. So it is obviously, the responsibility goes with the admin of each individual ecosystem. For example, we partnered with AIC CCRI. So AIC CCRI admin will have access to the progress of their ecosystem. So they have to manage things. So we wouldn't go and do monitoring and tracking the progress of individual entrepreneurs or students. That we cannot do, no, for 2000 users that we have on the platform. We don't have that. There's one question from Prashant that can we obtain financial plans too? We don't have that module as of now. We are planning to have that. It's on the roadmap actually. And URL of platform. I app.cincy.io. That is a website. Yeah. So the platform is free for retail use. Okay, thanks Raghu for the question. It is free as of now. We're not metering. We don't have any plan to meter the individual users, like entrepreneur students. And if we want to charge somebody, it will be like the incubators, accelerators, or the institutions, like colleges, universities, or the corporates. And we don't charge anything from the individual clients, individual customers, or the users on the platform. It's free. It'll be free until you reach the Series A stage. It'll be free, and yeah, because you are learning and you are practicing on the field, and then you come and update on the platform. Like that, the platform will go, travels along with you as you progress. Okay, thanks, Shivam. Yeah, Raghu, yes, we have number of angel investors on the platform, and what is the problem here is um, there are many actually. We are curing them, like no the details and everything. We are slowly adding them onto the platform, and you will get more information. And once you register, you will get access to their investors as well, based on the profile that you have, and based on the interest that they have shown to invest, and you'll get connected. And coming to Shivam's question, what are the key features of SIMC that enables easy innovation? Okay, when it comes to innovation, you have to start with the problem. Okay, and the problem, you have to define the problem, and you have to validate the problem. And we are coming out with one another module called first steps. Okay, in this case, how do you innovate? How do you that's coming up actually. Probably in a month time, we will get that module as well. And so um, how do you start? No, for any students, we target students. We keep when I say this first step module, we keep students in our mind. So how do I start? How do I start with a problem? And like no, we have this design thinking. So we integrate design thinking aspects into the first steps as well. So that's how we are trying to develop a module, and that helps anyone, especially students, to innovate. So when it comes to innovation, so we have to have I mean, as many as information possible to be captured, and so that you don't fail. Okay, and if you miss one or two, and if that happen, if those missing aspects happen to be a critical one, then you don't consider the initial stage, then you'll end up in failure. Okay, so we don't want that to happen, so we want to reduce the failure. So we'll make sure that as many as information as possible will be captured. Yeah, that is the idea of I would say that those are the key features of the platform when it comes to ideation or innovation. Because people ask, why are you asking about the exit strategy? Why are you asking about sales and marketing? I'm just thinking about the idea. So why should supposed to have the information about the sales and marketing? So these questions are asked when I meet with people. So we want to capture all those information, so that they'll be ready in the future. I hope I addressed your question, Shivam. Not necessary, Prashant. So, yeah, it's not necessary. But how it happens, uh, when there's a selection, I mean, like we help, AICs to filter the application when they start cohorts. For example, they want to have a new cohorts. Okay, so they'll start asking the applicants to use the platform to register their profile, and then start doing the assessment, and then put their business plan also. So based on the business plan, and applications can be evaluated, and then selected for the interview or things like that. And we'll have a module on the pitch also. There'll be pitch template, or the information you provide, you'll get the report, pitch report or pitch deck. Okay, so that you'll get. So all those things are on the pipeline right now. And then, and yeah, so that's how it works. And probably in the future, yeah, to get selected in the AIC incubation, AIC centers, you need to register. That's how it's going to be. Any questions, the audience?
Participants, if you have any more questions, kindly unmute and ask. So I suppose there are no further questions. In case you have any further questions, we have shared the contact details of Dr. Arthur in the chat box. Yes, sir, Prashant sir, I can see you raised your hand. If you want to ask anything, you can ask right now.
Yes, Prashant, please go ahead.
So that since there are no further questions, Arthur sir, thank you so much for a insightful session. So there's a question in the chat box by Mr. Prashant saying, how do we?
No. He had some problem in the microphone.
Yes.
That's why I couldn't. Yeah.
Yes, like I mentioned, in case you have any further questions, you can contact Arthur sir. And yeah, you can also access our monthly newsletters using you can scan the QR code, or you can go through our websites and download the newsletters. And also, we also have incubation services that is open under AIC. Also, kindly provide your feedback to help us improve further. Now, I call Mr. Shivam to give a formal vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. On behalf of AIC CCRI Coffee Board team, I extend a sincere gratitude to Dr. Arthur Selvin for enlightening session on market access webinar series. The session have clearly given the in-depth idea about unnoticed and important core areas, along with the real-time problems to be focused upon, and also how CMG.io would be a solution of it. I believe the session would have definitely given the adequate inputs and satisfy the queries of our participants. We thank you for your valuable contributions and look forward to future collaborations. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivam. So much appreciated. And thanks once again, AIC CCRI CED team, for this opportunity, and well appreciated. Yeah, thanks. Looking forward to your feedback as well.
Thank you, sir. Also, sir, one last question by Prashant. There's a question in the chat box saying, how do platform ensure the pre-bias is removed in grading the individuals for their entrepreneurship skills, since everything is judged based on the algorithm by platform?
Okay. Okay. So when the platform rates the users, okay, there are parameters taken into consideration. Okay, and I don't think there's no bias in that. Okay, the parameters like the projects, and when it comes to project, what area, sector, the industry that they cover. So accordingly, the rating is measured or the calculated by the platform, and no human involved. And yeah, as you said, algorithm that works actually. So I don't know what kind of bias it would create in terms of grading the or rating the users. I'm not sure. We have not found any issues on that so far. Yes, Prashant, I think I've tried to address your question. Yeah, welcome, Prashant.
Okay, once again, thank you, Dr. Arthur, and thank you for all the participants for making this webinar a success. Thank you.
Most welcome. Thank you. Bye.